What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA basketball show. Check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen, available exclusively on odds.com. And we move on to nighttime action. We go back to the ASUN, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Stetson Hatters in the ASUN Championship quarterfinal. 10-13, 7-9 in conference versus the Bellarmine Knights, 13-6, 10-3 in conference. We're back at University of North Florida Arena in Jacksonville, Florida. And let's see what I have here. Bellarmine opening up as 5.5-point favorites. There are sixes on the board. This total is anywhere between 142.5 and 144.5. Oh, excuse me, 145. Wow. So a huge mix here. Not just moved to 145. Very interesting. So 2.5 points of difference in the market. Confusion. Stetson closed the regular season with a big 85-68 win at home over North Florida on Saturday night. They led 51-31 at the half. For the game, they shot 54.2% from the field, 56.3% from three. They have three players averaging double digits, led by point guard Rob Perry, who averages 14.9 points, 4.5 boards, and 3 assists. They score 72.3 points per game, hit 43.6% from the field, a strong 37.9% from three, and 69.8% from the foul line. Bellarmine defeated Stetson twice during the regular season, both at home, 67-62 and 76-65. They were very strong in their first season in Division I. They closed the regular season out on a sour note as Liberty came to Bellarmine and snapped their 10-game winning streak, 94-78. They allowed Liberty to shoot 62.5% from the field, 60% from three. Bellarmine scores 74.5 points per game, allows just 64.9. Strong offensively, led by Pedro Bradshaw, who averages 15.6 points, 7.2 boards. They shoot the ball very well, 51.3% from the field, 36.9 from three, 75% from the stripe. Does Bellarmine bounce back, Max, after getting their winning streak halted by Liberty here in the ASUN Championship quarterfinal?
Well, Jim, Bellarmine's been a fantastic addition to D1. They've been a fantastic addition to your bankroll on a nightly basis when they're playing. And I think that going up against Stetson a third time, it's always very difficult to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. And I think that they're getting Stetson at pretty much the worst time that you can get them. While Stetson definitely has been a little inconsistent in the first games of these back-to-backs, well, this is conference tournament time. You win or you go home and you eat craft dinner in a room by yourself. If I'm the Stetson Hatters, I don't want to do that. That's not fun. I want to play basketball. But with Bellarmine, they are just on a mission, They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This is a team that was a very respectable D2 team. They play in a state that respects and has a lot of pride in their college basketball. And these guys play fantastic team balanced basketball. They take good shots. They make the extra passes. But they need a couple things for them to go right. This is a team that has to make the extra pass, like I said, and they got to have 3-point defense because against this group of Stetson Hatters, with the way that they're shooting the three as of late, if they don't lock that down, they could be in trouble because Stetson's hitting 10 a game at over 42%. They're going to need some bench production from Alec Freem or Justin Betts. And if they get that, I think that they can cover this number. I think when you look at Stetson, the problem is in taking them is, well, that Rob Perry's a dependable source for offense on a regular basis. But Christian Jones, over his last couple games, I think it's like 5 or something, he's averaged close to 27. So that's an element that if you're getting production from both those guys, Bellarmine may have a little more trouble covering this number. I'm going to take Bellarmine again because I do think that with Bellarmine's 3-point defense, it could get negated by the fact that Bellarmine does such a good job of going inside and out. I think that they're going to make a better effort to get the best shot possible, and they're going to be able to keep Stetson out of the lane. And if they can keep them below 1.0 point per possession, I do think that they're going to be able to cover this number. When I look at the first half, Bellarmine definitely has a first half advantage. So the best thing to do is to start strong, build a big lead that you can, I guess, take your foot a little off the pedal in the second half, and just to dominate with your field goal defense. Make Stetson take jump shots and limit their possessions. Try and slow them down, because with the way that they've been running up and down the floor, it's a hard game to say no to the over on. So I'm going to take Bellarmine. They're not playing Liberty. I think that they're better than the majority of competition in this conference. And while Stetson definitely is a team that should be respected, I don't think that they're going to be able to keep it consistent for 40 minutes and beat this team at what they do better. So
most books have moved to 6 here. There's one book hanging the 5.5, and that's circa -5.5 and -110. Does that work?
Yes, it does.
-5.5 and -110. I was wondering if you were going to back Bellarmine here, because I love the fact that Liberty gave him that wake-up call before the conference tournament, and I bet you the coach likes it too. Nice little wake-up call, understand what you're dealing with, and so that is a nice look you have there in the ASUN Championship quarterfinal.
You got to have some motivation if you're Bellarmine, because you're like, well, this Liberty team got the best of us. Now let's go run through this tournament. Let's meet up with them in the championship again. So I think that they're on a mission, and we've seen these Division I first-year teams do very well, but most of them are ineligible for postseason consideration. So to see one in it definitely has a little bit more motivation, in my opinion.
Great breakdown. Bellarmine, -5.5 and -110. That is available at Circa Sports